Hey, everyone. Welcome to Marked in Time. I'm Mark Franken, your host, and what I'm going to be doing tonight is opening up another watch. It's the watch, also known as Ideal. It came out of the last bag of broken watches. Now, this is the one, remember, if you saw the episode, there was two vintage watches. There was the Ideal and there was the Crest. The Crest, believe it or not, I'm already finished restoring. It looks absolutely beautiful, and I'll be showcasing it in my next episode of Treasures Found in a Bag of Broken Watches. But this was the other one that came out that was a vintage watch. It does work, not very well. It came with this absolute disgusting band. I mean, I guess it was the time. I don't know. It was just a terrible band. I'm going to get rid of that. Also came with a broken crystal. That I'm getting rid of. And it had that screw case for the back. A screw-on case. So this is the watch. I'm just going to focus in on a little bit here. Come. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, boy. There we go. So this is the watch right here. It's a cheap brass case. Well, I shouldn't say cheap. I mean, it was just a gold-plated case. You can see the brass underneath it, all the platings coming down. This watch was truly loved. I'll tell you, like somebody wore this thing constantly. It did look like at some point, it looked like it had some. Let me get a pointer here. That's not a good one, but there we go. It looked like it had some lume. I don't. The hour hand doesn't have it, so I'm assuming it fell out, the lume. You can see that that's an like skeletalized, and then there's the lume on this one. Oh, here now it's ticking again. You can't wind it up anymore. It's fully wound up. I don't know. The sad thing with a fully wound up, depending on how long this watch has been fully wound up, when I go to service it and try to restore it, I'm always worried about the mainspring being too tight, and if it's been compressed for too long, you have to very gently try to stretch it out, and I don't even think that works very well. But anyway, so I'm going to open this up. I like the dial on it. The dial seems to be, considering it's been exposed with the broken crystal, seems to be in pretty good shape. So yes, without further ado, we're going to turn it around, and it's got the basic writing on the back of it: anti-magnetic, shock absorber, steel back, and waterproof and what have you. So waterproof, I guess, is because it was a steel back. It's kind of hard to do this on video, but so this is a case back remover. I'm just going to try to fit it into the slots there. It was already loose. I tried taking it off with a stick, like with my little pointer there. I tried to, but with that tool, it takes all the effort out of it. So there we go. There's the case back, stainless steel back, and this. Oh, I'm kind of surprised. That actually looks pretty nice. Definitely has issues, but that's the movement. Well, I have to admit, oh, it's missing a part. I can tell you right off the top, it's missing a right here. You see this oval piece here? There's supposed to be a jewel cap. I have lots of them, so that's not a problem. I can replace that. But so that's the pivot. That's the jewel, and then there's the pivot on top. And there used to be a piece of metal right here screwed down. That's the screw hole for it. Hopefully that's not stripped, and right here would have been a metal, so it would be a metal plate, and then you would see a red sapphire circle, and that would be known as the jewel cap, and you would remove that to oil the top of this jewel for the pivot. And I can tell you right now that's missing, so that's the one little fault with it. Everything else looks pretty good. The balance wheel seems to be okay. Again, it's one of these things where I don't know if there's any damage done to it or if it's just dirty. I'm assuming it's just really dirty. So I'm going to see if I'm going to try doing this on camera here. I'm going to take, actually, before I put this down, I don't want to, because there's no crystal, I don't want to hurt the face of it. So center this a little bit. Do this, that. Take that out. Get one of my small screwdrivers. This is going to be kind of hard to do without, because the camera's right in my way here. So let's see. Oh, that doesn't work. Just so you guys know, I have terrible eyesight. I have great near vision. Like I can see tiny things even without glasses on. But when it comes to trying to see things, it's really hard for me to... I don't even think that's the right... So I'm trying to do this looking through the camera. So just be patient with me. I'm going to look like I'm fumbling idiot, but usually my face is right on top of the screw to look down at it. Usually sometimes with a loop, but I want to see this movement out of the case. So just 1 second here. It's going to just loosen this. There. Okay, I just have to screw that. So right there, just so you know, what I was doing, this screw here releases the crown and stem, and there we go. So I can tell you right now that has... I'm going to move this out of the way so I can focus on this. So yeah, you can see that this movement isn't as great as the other one, although it looks pretty good when you just open it up. But you can see already we got some issues here. So water has gone into it, so there's a little bit of rust on this. Really hard to focus when there's too many things in the way. But you can see that there's rust on there. So that's going to be an issue. That can be cleaned up. That's not a deal breaker here. That can be easily cleaned up. But you can tell that this watch has been kind of exposed to the elements a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the movement out. Just going to flip that over there and press the matic. Now there's the case, right? So we can get a little bit of a story from the case too. So yeah, it's pretty beaten. This watch has been really, really used. But you could tell, like there's just a lot of dirt inside of it and all kinds of things. Although that doesn't surprise me. I mean, again, this watch has been well loved, but it's yeah. With the broken crystal, you don't know how long that broken crystal has been on there, so a lot of junk has gotten inside of it. So here we go. This is the dial, and then we're going to turn that around, and I'll get this. Okay, well, look at that. There's another piece to it. I guess that stabilizes it. So there's two. That's a collar that sits in there. That looks pretty rough as well. Okay, put that aside. And then I'm going to move this out of the way. If I have more than one item in my focus, it throws the focus off everything. But there you go. The movement itself doesn't look too bad. It'll need a cleaning and oil, and then I just got to replace that the jewel cap there. I wonder what else is missing from the inside. It does have the shock absorber though. You remember on the case back it said that it has anti-shock. Well, this right here, this is the shock absorber for the balance wheel. So that little gold ring, let's see if I can get a little closer on it. That little gold ring right in here, that actually turns into place. And so this jewel cap sits on a little bit of a spring known as a shock, right? So when the watch would be banged around this way, the pivot won't bounce right up to the end. The pivot will actually float on the spring, or on the jewel cap, which is held down by that spring. And then right over here, this is the click. That seems to be in good shape. So I think this is just wound right to the top, and 17 jewel. I'm gonna have to get the once I get the dial off of it, I can see what the type of movement it is. But it's a pretty nice movement. It's, I don't know what I would date this watch at. 1960s, maybe? I'm thinking 1960s, although this shock absorber is a bit of an older model for a shock absorber. This one here, so to remove this shock absorber, what would happen is it would come right out. The newer models, you would squeeze these two pins in, and the shock absorber itself is on a like a really tiny hinge, and then you can open it right up. The hairspring, let me get my blower over here. Move stuff out of the way again. The wheel seems to be pretty steady. Like it's not. I think it's just dirty. Yeah, I believe it's dirty, and I can tell you the way that it braked there for a second, like the way that it stopped right away, that would be the pallet fork. That's kind of got jammed, so that's probably dirty as well. Because the pallet fork also is on this type of movement would be its pivots would be in jewels as well, especially since it's a 17 jewel. But I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of dirt buildup on that pallet fork, so the pallet fork would go back and forth, and then once it hits a piece of grit, it'll stop, and then it will stop the balance wheel. So I think this just needs a good cleaning. Not very happy with the case. The case is pretty worn, but the dial looks pretty good. I think I can clean that up. It's got all the markings on it. I like the fact that it says shockproof and anti-magnetic. I like that. Maybe with some watchmaker putty, I can clean up the indices a little bit. And I kind of like that. I kind of like this reflective ring that's going around. It kind of looks really nice, actually, once you get this. It's got a nice look to it. I hope that kind of polishes up a little bit. And then what I might do is I might skeletize the other hand here. I don't know. That just looks crappy, only having one hand being with the loom. I don't know. I'm going to have to wait and see. I don't like doing stuff to it that could take away from it. But anyway, so there you go. So there's the Ideal watch. It was the second vintage watch that came out of the last bag of broken watches. I'm going to start working on this pretty soon. I'm going to try to get it cleaned up. It might not be in my next video, but the following video of treasures found in a bag of broken watches, it will be probably in that one. But there you go. So there it is, the Ideal 17 jewel. Looks like I got my work cut out ahead of me on this one. The other one was really beautiful to take care of. I'm really excited to show you guys how that turned out. So there you go. Well, thank you for watching. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, especially subscribe. I really like it if I can get some subscribers. It feels like I'm doing something useful. So again, if you like, please like and subscribe to this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.